We might both be accountants, but in our early 20s, we made mistakes that cost us thousands.
Yeah, bro. And the scary thing is, most people are still making the same mistakes today.
So in this video, we'll share what we did wrong and how you can avoid making the same mistakes. Starting with lifestyle inflation. So when my salary went up, so did my spending. I was going on nice holidays, going out with my friends more, eating out at nicer places, and so many other little upgrades.
Yeah, mate, that is classic lifestyle inflation. As soon as your income goes up, so do your expenses. So even though you're earning more, it still doesn't feel like you're any better off.
You can avoid this by putting boundaries in place. So lifestyle inflation doesn't eat up every raise that you get.
While I was at uni, I started to learn how investing works, but I kept making excuses saying I needed to earn more money before I started investing. I waited until I had a full-time job to start investing. But looking back on this, I could have easily found £50 a month to put into my investments.
I was lucky. Since Dan had already done a lot of the research and I'm a couple years younger than he is, by the time I was 17, 18, he'd already been feeding me loads of this information. So I started investing as soon as I turned 18. So let's put this into perspective. Let's say there's person A who invests £100 a month from age 18 to 50. Then there's also person B who invests the same £100 a month with the same annual return, but instead they start investing at 23. So that's just a 5-year delay. Well, that 5-year delay would cost them over £40,000 by the time they reach 50. And we can't stress this point enough. This right here is the power of compounding growth and why starting early gives you such a huge advantage. So if you haven't already started, then make today the day.
Just before we continue, we release videos every week on personal finance to help you better manage your money. Hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out.
Another mistake that I personally made was not building an emergency fund. I just assumed nothing would go wrong until it did. And when it did go wrong, I ended up leaning on my credit card and pushing it much closer to the limit than I generally would. Now, this is the worst spot to be in because not only are you dealing with the emergency, you also now got to deal with that lingering debt at the same time.
I know it sounds boring, but an emergency fund is essential. Just 3 to 6 months of expenses can cover almost any emergency that comes up and will save you a lot of stress in the long term.
I know, budgeting isn't fun or sexy, but it is essential because without one, you might think you're on top of your spending, but little things always slip through the cracks. And of course, those little cracks might not matter over weeks or even over months, but over years, they can turn into deep holes in your finances, or at the very least, missed opportunities. So keep it simple. Use an Excel spreadsheet. I mean, there are loads of apps out there nowadays to help you budget, or even a scrap piece of paper and pen. Just make sure you're tracking your bills, which are being covered every month. You're putting enough money to save and invest, and still leaving yourself with some money to enjoy guilt-free. So those are some of the financial mistakes that we made in our early 20s. So hopefully that you don't fall for the same mistakes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.